It is a great privilege and honor for me to introduce our next speaker. Dr. Barbara Beno is not only a national and international leader in higher education accreditation. I am fortunate indeed to call Barbara my friend. Dr. Beno's illustrious career in higher education began in the classroom as a professor of sociology. She has also served as the research and planning director of the Peralta Community College District in Northern California, and was assistant chancellor of the San Mateo Community College District before assuming the presidency of what is known today as Berkeley City College. Dr. Beno led that college for 12 years. But for the past 12 years, Dr. Beno has served as the president of the Accrediting Commission for Community and Junior Colleges. It was an appointment that Dr. Beno was well prepared for, having served as a commissioner on both ACCJC and the Accrediting Commission for Senior Colleges and Universities, the last commission that accredits four-year programs in California, Hawaii, and the U.S. affiliated Pacific Islands. When I joined ACCJC as a public member commissioner in 2003, the commission was just beginning to implement its then new standards and eligibility requirements. The new standards represented a sea change in thinking about higher education accreditation, a move away from checklists and a move toward thinking of learning thematically with the clear and overarching emphasis on quantifiable student learning. Dr. Beno's leadership in helping ACCJC institutions transition toward this new accreditation paradigm is one of the pivotal developments in higher education in recent years. And it is no small development. ACCJC has, I believe, 135 member institutions in California, Hawaii, and the U.S. affiliated Pacific. They serve a combined student population of over 2 million students. Now that's more than the population of any Pacific Island country or territory, with the exception of Papua New Guinea. The leader behind this quiet revolution in higher education is our next speaker, the president of the Accrediting Commission for Community and Junior Colleges, my friend, Dr. Barbara Beno.
Thank you, Floyd, and thank you, President Daisy, for inviting me here today. As President of the Accrediting Commission, I'm honored to have been asked to address you on this very important occasion. The 19 members of the Commission and the ACCJC staff and I send greetings and warm welcome to everyone here today, including the traditional leaders of the FSM, members of the government of FSM and of the United States and of the other nations represented here, Board Chairman Mina and other members of the Board of Regents, President Daisy, the faculty and staff of COM FSM, and the fall 2013 students of COM FSM. Again, it's an honor to be here, so thank you for inviting me. Let me start by offering my congratulations to the College of Micronesia FSM and to the people of FSM on the 20th anniversary of the founding of this college. Actually, its roots go back longer than 20 years to the Community College of Micronesia serving the whole region. But COM-FSM has its own remarkable history, building this comprehensive community college in the Federated States of Micronesia. Now let me change that. Let me revise that to say building an accredited comprehensive community college in the Federated States of Micronesia. And a second congratulations is due to you for the college recently resolving all of its accreditation issues, resulting in the Accrediting Commission's decision to award reaffirmation last June. It was a job well done. Kudos to all of you who worked to achieve that result. You are now a certified excellent college, and I know in my heart, in my mind, through observation, you will stay an excellent community college, certified. And I can't help talking about you and your college. I think that many people here at COM FSM know something about accreditation. In fact, probably everybody working here knows something about accreditation. College of Micronesia FSM is the only institution in the Western Association of Schools and Colleges region, which extends from California to Hawaii, across the Pacific to Palau, Guam, and Saipan, to have all of its employees complete the online course in accreditation basics. In fact, it's the only college in the country in regional accreditation to have accomplished that. know that you are a story of institutional accomplishment and commitment throughout the region as our staff of the commission and our commissioners repeat the story of what you have done. So thank you. You're a role model to other institutions. Well, you all know, unlike some others, that success comes in cans and failure comes in can'ts. But you have cans of success right here, and you've achieved success. There's a difference between interest and commitment, and you've demonstrated the latter, commitment. When someone's interested in doing something, they only do it when circumstances permit it. That is, when it's relatively easy or convenient to achieve it or to do it. But when somebody is committed, they accept no excuses, only results, and get it done. COMFSM translated the course Accreditation Basics so that language barriers would not impede everyone learning about accreditation. COMFSM was committed and got the job done. Congratulations. So let me say a little bit more about accreditation and why it's important. And let me start with how it began. Accreditation in American higher education is the professional system for assuring quality of institutions and for stimulating continuous institutional improvement. Accreditation was started in 2 areas of the United States many years ago, in the 1890s, more than 110 years ago. And it was started in New England and in the Midwest. In those areas, college and university leaders and high school leaders got together and decided to create a system of quality assurance that would identify which institutions were to be trusted because they met standards of quality for education, and which institutions were to be avoided because they did not meet those standards. These leaders from colleges and universities and high schools decided to set standards of quality that would be designed in collaboration with all of the other colleges and universities and high schools that wanted to participate, that wanted to belong to such a process. They decided that the colleges and universities and high schools would be member institutions, and they formed an association to assure quality in their regions. They also decided that this association would be funded by the colleges themselves, so there would not be any interference or influence, undue influence, by any parties providing funding, such as governments. So accreditation is non-governmental. Tell that to the U.S. Department of Education. So they formed associations of member institutions, and these associations were voluntary. They never intended that colleges or high schools or universities be forced to join. It was completely voluntary. No institution was required to join, and yet many institutions did join, willingly. Then this group of leaders decided that experts from member institutions would make up evaluation teams, and that those teams would compare an institution's performance to standards of quality. They thought that these peer evaluators would be able to give good advice to institutions on how they might improve. And they decided that the peer evaluators would also help to spread good practice in higher education among all the institutions when they went back to their normal jobs. The founders of accreditation also decided that the representatives of member institutions would serve on the group that would finally judge the performance of each institution. That is, would comprise the accrediting commissions themselves, the judgment body. ACCJC has 19 commissioners representing our member institutions, with 5 slots designated for public members, such as former Commissioner Floyd Takuchi, representing business and community interests. But all the rest of the slots are faculty and administrative representatives from member institutions, and from, in our case, from the Senior College Commission and the Schools Commission of Laws. Finally, the founders of accreditation in the 1890s decided to name this process of quality review accreditation. And they decided that colleges would have to be periodically re-reviewed in order to assure that their quality was maintained and improved over time. The first 2 accreditors that were formed were the New England Association of Schools and Colleges and the North Central Association of Schools and Colleges. The Western Association of Schools and Colleges, or WASC, was formed in 1963 by several organizations representing California public institutions, Hawaii public institutions, private institutions, and faith-based institutions, and military institutions in the region. Accreditation today remains voluntary in its basic principles. And these principles are important. I know you understand them, but I'll share them again for everyone in the audience who may not know about accreditation. Accreditation assumes an institution wants to join the association, in our case, the WASP Association. It assumes that the institution is interested in helping to develop the standards of quality by participating when the Commission asks for input on what standards should be, how they should be changed, how they should be applied. And it also assumes that institutions are committed to maintaining their own practices in order to meet those standards. Accreditation assumes that institutions found out of compliance will make improvements to come into compliance. So it's very simple. It's a club of quality institutions committed to staying quality institutions. For students, accreditation means the credits, credentials, and degrees provided by an institution will be recognized by governments, by employers, and by other higher education institutions where students may wish to continue their education. And students will be able to use credits, credentials, and degrees to qualify for jobs, and to sit for licensing examinations, and to apply for further higher education. Accreditation for students also means those students will have access to federal financial aid. For a college, accreditation means that an institution has been evaluated by expert peers in higher education and has been certified to meet the standards of quality that the higher education community across the United States shares. It also means that the institution is professionally committed to improvement and change over time, and that the institution is not stagnant. So again, congratulations, because your college has been certified to meet standards of quality shared across professionals equally committed to quality across the United States and the Pacific affiliated territories. For society and for governments, accreditation assumes that an institution assures that an institution is providing educated citizens who will have the ability to perform in the future as employees and citizens. So, higher education itself is about change and improvement over time. For students, though, I'd like to talk a little bit about what higher education means for students. And in many ways, many of us in education are always students. Over our lifetime, we keep going back for more education. But we each come to college hoping to learn, to improve our own knowledge, our understanding, our skill, and our capacity for growth. We all come from different backgrounds, and we face different challenges. And higher education gives us a chance to learn, to grow, and to improve our opportunities in life. In life outside of the community college, sometimes we're faced with an all-or-nothing situation. If we don't succeed, we'll desperately fail. There's a saying that says, that goes like this. If at first you don't succeed, you've heard that expression, then skydiving is not for you. Don't take it up. But if at first you don't succeed, community college gives you a second chance and a third chance. And many chances over life are provided by more and further higher education. None of us can go back and make a brand new start if we've started poorly. And many of us have periods of our lives where we have started poorly. We've stumbled on some pebbles along the way. So none of us can remake our beginnings, but every day, any one of us can start from now on to make a brand new future. And that's what College of Micronesia has done. It has started to make a brand new future for itself and for its students. And that's why I'm sure that you will remain an excellent institution. The staff and the 19 commissioners of the ACCJC wish the students of this college a successful and enlightening academic year. We encourage you to study hard, to be committed to your education, to pursue knowledge and skill, even when it's challenging to do so. Not just be interested, but to be committed. The staff and the 19 commissioners of the ACCJC also wish College of Micronesia, Federated States of Micronesia, a great start to the academic year and a great third decade. We look forward to seeing your excellence from 2013 to 2023, and we will ensure we send somebody here in 2023 to celebrate the 30th anniversary. Keep up the good work, excel, build your own future and that of your nation. Congratulations, all of you, and have a great academic year.